Very excited to be joined by one of UCLA's newest players, cornerback Kaylin Moore, transfer from Cal. Kaylin, how does it feel to be at UCLA now?
It feels great. A lot of people know I'm from LA, so it's great to be back home, great to be back in the city, and I'm loving it so far. So,
What's that been like? I mean, first, like from the decision to come to UCLA, what was the excitement level with the fam, with the friends from Westlake? And then two, what's it been like since you've been back home? Have you been just like hanging out with a lot of people that you've, kind of connected with since high school?
yeah, really just since I've been back home, obviously I'm excited. I was excited to come back when I got the call and everything, and then really just been I already trained out. I've always trained out here, so just going back to my same training spots and hanging out with my homies from back home. So it's all good.
It's awesome. So I mean, obviously coming home was probably part of the decision, but what made you pick UCLA this second time run through the transfer portal? What made you decide UCLA is the spot for me?
One being back home definitely was a big part, and two, Coach Witt and Coach Foster, those two people, really made me feel like when I went on my visit that I was at home, which I already felt like I was, but those two really closed the deal, and they made me really excited for the future that UCLA is heading in, and I feel like we could do some good things. So.
Had you had any sort of relationship with either of those guys before this recruiting process, or was this kind of your first connection with those two guys?
First connection with Coach Witt. I knew Coach. My dad knew Coach Foster, so he knew him a little bit. So that was the only connection I had with those two. So, but yeah,
You've kind of had the full look at the transfer portal process. You've been through it twice. You also did the high school recruiting process. Doing this a third time, how much had your approach changed to like what you were focused on and what you were looking for in the school you were trying to find a new destination?
yeah. Well, my high school actually was during COVID, so I really didn't even get the
Right.
same experience. I was most of my officials were on Zoom and everything, so it wasn't really the same, but it was still cool. But in terms of the transfer portal, um, this time around, like since my it's my going to be my senior year, so this time it was really just about business, to be honest. Go somewhere where I feel like I could make an impact and play right away. So this was my decision leading here. So
You've had no problem kind of making an impact everywhere you've been. You played a bunch at Colorado as a true freshman, then you played a bunch in your second year. You played all 12 games, started four last year for Cal. What's kind of your goal going into this, and what have they pitched you on for kind of your role this year and where they see you fitting in?
yeah, well, mostly a lot of the reason I also came here was they're playing me at cornerback at UCLA. I played at corner my first 2 years at Colorado. I feel like I did a very good job with that, and then I moved to nickel at Cal, and I feel like I did okay. It was my first time playing that, learning that and everything. I feel like it's good to get that on film and show what you could do at different positions. But for my last year, I decided to come back to corner and play that here. So
For the people out there who don't necessarily know, can you describe kind of the differences between what you're doing at nickel versus corner? Because sometimes nickel gets thrown in with the corners, sometimes it gets thrown in
yeah.
with the safeties. What kind of different is what's the difference in your responsibilities when you're playing nickel versus corner?
Well, first there's a lot of different coverages we play. Some of them overlap, but most of them are pretty different. We're always on that going to be on the outside in terms of where we're going to be in nickel is always going to be on the inside. And then it's just different techniques you play, different ways of playing press or off techniques that you play. So those are the differences.
Got it. And then, I mean, it just your family. I mean, how excited were they for you to be coming to UCLA now in this final year to be able to essentially come to your games with just a drive down the road to the Rose Bowl instead of having to fly and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, they were really excited. My mom's from Culver City and my dad's from South Central, so they're really not far away at all. I could always call them if I really need anything, or if I decide I really want to see them go on the weekend or something after a workout. So that's just great to be able to do. So.
And then you've been on campus for a couple weeks now. What's it been like being at UCLA? How different is it from Cal or from Colorado, where you've obviously spent 3 years?
Yeah. So my first 2 weeks on campus, it's not very different. I mean, it's really nice. Cal was also nice though. Everywhere was nice, but yeah, I'm really just at the facility and then back home going to sleep. I don't really go too many other places unless it's going to class, but both it's just really nice campus in general. But yeah.
What have these first couple weeks been like in terms of what they've entailed in terms of workouts and that sort of stuff? Like, did you guys kind of just get right to it? And are you doing the off-season workouts now?
Yeah, I was just they had us like with a newcomer program for a little bit, and then now I'm back with the DBs and everything. So yeah, we just got right into it really, and we're ready to go now. So
Is that stuff? Does that change between schools? Like, is it very different, the off-season workout training program, or do you kind of just, this is pretty much the same stuff I was doing at Cal, same stuff I was doing at Colorado?
I feel like a lot of things overlap at any school, but of course there's different philosophies and different things that people teach. So there's always going to be these little differences in what you do. So
And with the roster, obviously, you probably played a bunch of against a bunch of these guys, not only in college but also in high school. But did you know any of these guys pretty well already coming into school?
I say know a few people. I played against J Mike. Played against him my sophomore year. Logan. A few other guys. I mean, I know them from around because a lot of them are from California, from Los Angeles. So just through competition and everything. So I feel like I know a few of them.
And are you rooming with anybody this summer, or is it solo for now?
Right now, just me. Right
Nice.
now, just me.
Yeah. Nice. Good to have. All right. And then just kind of, I mean, just generally speaking, what are your goals for this year for yourself? What do you want to accomplish? What are your aspirations for this season?
Goals this year would to be get my name higher on the draft board, and for the team to try and go as far as we can. If that's win a national championship, Big Ten doesn't matter, but we're trying to go as far as we can. So.
And then just for fans out there who've obviously seen a little bit of you, haven't watched you on the opposing side for the last 3 years, but how would you describe your game? Where do you think your strengths are? What can people expect to see out of you this year?
I feel like I'm an aggressive player, really focus on my technique. I like to make plays, like to be around the ball a lot, and a lockdown corner. So those
Awesome.
3 things.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Kaylin, and good luck with the rest of the summer, and good luck with the season.
Thank you. I appreciate you for this interview. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Really appreciate it.